Llaura here. We're going to try something slightly different for the video this month. It is just me. Hopefully we can get them out a bit quicker and everything. So it is September and this past month has been really nice. We're still going along kind of 3 main threads of production. So we've kind of like swapped it so that we're not working on each other's toes, but there's like 3 things going at once. So there's the art, there's the mechanics, and then the third thread is the white boxing and the story. We're writing the story, draft 2, and the white boxing at the same time because in a video game, the writing is so dependent on how you play it and on the environments and everything. So it's easier to get a sense of pacing and what's working, what's not working when it is playable, essentially. So to start with the art, we finished a new area, which is really good. Yeah, I know, we can't really say much more than that with our spoilers. It's only like a small, like 1 roomy kind of area, big room, but it's really cool. And now we can use that for like testing other things out. And also we've been working on characters, so character animations, and I'm really happy how it's working out. So on the mechanics side of things, we've been like optimizing it for the Switch. It's always really cool when you see things running on the Switch, like it feels real in a way that it often doesn't for some reason on a PC. We've tweaked how the text boxes and everything worked. Then some kind of like 3D stuff has been happening on mechanics. And at the end of the month, we started on what I think is like maybe, yeah, the core of the game. You know, it's kind of, we've kind of redone this mechanic again. And I think this is it. And now we're going to test it out with like actual art and everything in the rest of September. And on the white box end of things, we got 2 scenes done. The second one was quite long actually. I think it takes about 10-15 minutes to play through. It's very rough, but surprisingly long. This second one in particular was our test of seeing like if all the mechanics were working. And some of it worked, some of it was like, yeah, this could be better, and that led to, yeah, what we're trying out this month. I think last month we said we were like 5% white box, and I think we could probably say like 10 to 15% now of the game. We're kind of getting closer to the end of Act 1, and hopefully we'll have Act 1 white boxed out this month, I think, or close to it. Lots of characters is tricky, and making sure that's like fun and playable. So yeah, like where we go next is, as I said, the rest of Act 1 white boxing. Art is moving on to the scenes we just finished, and these are the opening scenes of the game. And hopefully there's like enough there we can reuse it for a lot of the other bits. And then the bit that I'm like most excited about is taking the environment we finished last month and putting the mechanics into it. So we can see, like, visually, is this what we want it to look like? And yeah, what does it feel like and play like? I think it was like Frictional Games had like a really good blog post before where they were talking about making narrative games, and specifically how, you know, okay, if you're making an action game, you can test it out with just like circles and squares and you add like some camera shakes and some flashes and it's cool. But if you're making a narrative game, and especially one that's like all about atmosphere, the art is such an important part of that. So yeah, like the test now is to take the mechanics that we're coding the last couple of weeks and see, like, does this work with the art and how do they elevate each other? So I'm really excited. I think it's gonna be really cool. Outside of game stuff, like there was a couple other bits and pieces that were nice. Like the DICE roundtable went up. Which was like an interview chat with a bunch of developers, like an award we were nominated for. And then another cool thing was the Gay Gaming Professionals had, I think it's their first ceremony. So like I'm aware of them from like events that they've run, like at GDC and such. And they had a ceremony where they're just honoring a bunch of games and honoring a bunch of studios who are actually doing right by their team. And yeah, we gave a little talk, and you can see it on a little like speech, I guess, and you can see it on YouTube, but I was kind of just reiterating like what was important to Dreamfeel. And you know, like the obvious thing when it's like, oh, you're like nominated for LGBT stuff, is like representation, and it's cool to get that in front of the camera, but I think representation behind the camera is the ostensible game camera is the most important thing. For me, part of that is also looking after our team, you know? It's like, We have a diverse team. I don't want our team to have to quit Dreamfield because it's like we burnt them out, we worked them too hard, or like they were like, oh, I didn't feel appreciated. So I'm hoping like we can share like in Dreamfield's success as a team, and that like we can keep making games because, you know, especially for like marginalized developers, you know, whether it's like they're gay or trans or they're like black or like otherwise like not white basically and Western, there's like a much higher turnover rate, and it's like, you know, it's like small like things in the workplace and like, you know, the higher ups like not respecting or like appreciating, and then it's not all the small ways that like we get like pushed to the edges and stuff. So for Dreamfields, like, yeah, we want to make cool games, but mostly we want to spend our lives doing it. So we don't want to like burn out. We don't want to like, you know, have someone leave because they're underappreciated or they're not like sharing in the success of Dreamfield. So hopefully, you know, we can put that into practice and keep working on it. And that's what my little video for GGP was about. And like honestly, a lot of the other videos that people made for the event, you know, echoed similar thoughts, which was really cool. And it was really nice. And like No Longer Home, if you remember from last month, you should go play it if you haven't played it. They also like had a really cool like little speech along similar lines, Hannah and Sel. So yeah, I think that's it for this month. This is a much shorter update, much more like compact, just me. I think Eve was on holidays this week, but also I just want to get the video out there quicker. We have another video we're going to try where we take a spotlight and look at some smaller games. Like really small games that like wouldn't or don't have many videos on YouTube otherwise, and that I think are really interesting and cool, and like Alex is gonna do that with me. So keep an eye out for that. It should be fun. Otherwise, yeah, we'll see you in a month. The game's going good. We're really like just flowing now. We're just gonna make the thing, you know. That's kind of the wild thing about game development. People think it's like you have the perfect vision in your head and you're just like making it from the start, you know, like kind of linearly almost. But no, it is a lot messier than that. And while we have like, you know, a draft of the script and we have the art style now and we have the mechanics, I think, hopefully, we still have to make all that glorious, juicy content. So keep an eye out, and yeah, the game's gonna keep coming. Talk to you soon, take care of yourselves, and bye!